Do we have an episode for you guys this week? We asked for your anonymous questions on Not Gonna Lie, NGL. And boy, did y'all come through. And guess what? Y'all came in with exactly 21 questions, like the 50 Cent song.
The first one, what is the sexiest thing your partner has ever said to you?
Ooh. What's your toxic trait as a prison wife?
Do you have any unpopular prison wife opinions?
People are going to stone me for this, so here comes my mouth if you want earmuffs.
Gigi, has another prison wife ever been mean to you?
When haven't they? How do you feel about individuals who have articles posted about their relationship and not about giving their man a second chance?
I feel like this goes back to just being cognizant of everything that you put out into social media and knowing that it can and will be brought up if your significant other ever has, like, you know, a hearing. So, like, that's why I think you always got to be careful of the narrative of things, because everything that we do can and will be twisted. Anytime, like, Gigi or I talk to media companies that want to talk to us, if they even, like, kind of hint at anything that's, like, they want to, you know, exploit our relationships or our loved ones, we're like, done.
Is there any chance he will make it home?
What is the best and worst thing about the prison wife community, specifically in your opinion?
I've met some really amazing, beautiful, inside and out, independent, fucking kick-ass women. Like, I have met some of the strongest women I have ever met my entire life in the prison wife community.
This is for the prison wife. Still don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold.
Welcome to hell. Little angel.
Welcome to heaven. Oh, my hair.
I'm the You look great. I know this thing gets caught up and then it like mine does the same. It like frizzes around it. But you are the cutest little sweetie pie angel ever. So angelic. Show everybody your wings.
Yeah, friends, I got.
Paige has wings. She's got wings on her face. Meanwhile, I have horns.
I love that. I love it.
So I really enjoyed. We got dressed up last night. Obviously, we didn't put the bling on our faces last night, but we did get dressed up. And we had our Halloween party for Love Within Walls, our support group. It was a virtual little get together where everybody came. One girl was a little Ewok. It was cute.
It was so fun. We didn't have it.
Yeah.
Wasn't too big of a turnout, but honestly, it's like I feel like when we have like the smaller groups, it's still just as fun because it's like we get to, like, you know, talk with smaller groups.
Yeah, and you get to really know
Yes.
people. Like, you get to really like find connections with people in those smaller groups. So yeah, even though it wasn't like this, like, you know, 20, 30 people event, it was pretty small. It was a smaller group, but it was just as amazing and so nice to get to like talk to people and get to know them better. So
I loved it. I had fun. So shout out to all the ladies who came.
yeah, thank you all for coming and putting on your little Ewok ears. So Christina, shout out
Love
to you
that.
for coming.
She
and,
went to eBay.
you know,
She said.
yeah. She's like, I went to eBay to find these because they're no longer, like, I guess they don't sell them anymore, and so she really wanted them. So they're like in demand Ewok Mickey ears, basically, with the little. I thought she was Minnie, and then somebody goes, "Oh, I thought that was her hair."
Yeah.
So
We
I was
have
like,
fun too.
oh, I was like, "Are you?" Yeah. Oh yeah. So, what are your plans for Halloween, Paige? What are you and Brody doing?
We don't have any, like, you know, out of the ordinary plans. Of course, Halloween trick or treat is actually on a Thursday this year, which it lands on a Thursday for like all of the communities. Cause like Pennsylvania's weird. I don't know if other states are like this, but we like every like city like does Halloween on different days. I don't really get it. They do trick or treat on different days, but this year, because Halloween is on a Thursday, all the communities are doing it on the same day. So we let him decide if he wants to trick or treat like in my mom's neighborhood or here, and then we would go wherever. But he wants to trick or treat in our neighborhood. So he's going to be
Okay.
Charizard, y'all, for any of the Pokemon girlies, boys out
Okay.
there. He's going to be a big old Charizard. He's been set on that for about 2 months. So
Yeah, I know he's been talking about being some type of Pokemon um, for a while
He
now.
sure
So,
is.
and so do y'all do? Let me ask this: do y'all do? Because we don't have like people don't go walk around neighborhoods anymore and go trick or treating
Oh,
here. Like when I grew up, that's what we
yeah.
did. But now what they do is they have these called like trunk or
hmm
treats events. Do y'all have those up there?
They have those in some of like the neighborhoods that it's more safe to do trunk or treat,
Mm-hmm.
but like where I live and like my mom's neighborhood, they still do trick or treat. Like even here, like I'll have to put
Traditional.
candy out because kids will come around.
Okay. Yeah. I was just wondering because I feel like that the whole trick or treating thing, like I don't even give out candy anymore because kids don't come around the neighborhood anymore. They just go to their trunk or treat events and do it there.
hmm I feel
So
like that takes away the fun of
yeah.
it.
Yeah. I like going up. Like it was like fun to go up and sometimes like these people would always put out like a skeleton or a
Yeah.
scarecrow or a scream guy in a chair all week and it was stuffed and then the night of Halloween they would actually somebody would dress up and do it and they would scare
hmm
kids. And some people did like mini haunted houses in their front yard using like tarp and like to make a
Some
tunnel, you know what I mean, with the
some
haunted
people around
house.
here do that too, and like they go all out. And like in my mom's
Yeah.
neighborhood, they buy like the full size candy bars. So like if you want the full size candy bars, you go to her neighborhood. It's like
Oh
a known
wow,
thing.
jackpot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody's rolling up to that
Period.
neighborhood. Hell. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for Halloween. I know you're excited for Halloween. Are you dressing up with Brody? Are you going to be something with him?
I do every year, but he has not given me an assignment yet. So I don't know if that means I'm not supposed to. Um so I might not. But I will be there.
Okay.
I'll do. I made a vow that I will dress up with him until he does not want me to anymore. So if that is year 6, so be it.
Hmm. Okay. Well, hopefully, I mean, he'll be like, just dress up, mommy. He'll tell you to dress up and give you an
Right? I'll
assignment.
be like, okay, here's my halo.
Yeah, I'm an angel while you're a
Yeah,
Pokemon. Perfect combo.
perfect.
Well, happy Halloween to all of our wallers out there. And welcome to Love Within Walls, a Prison Wife podcast, episode 73. It's your friendly host, Gigi, here, and I'm here with the angelic.
Your friendly host, Paige. Hello.
Yes. Okay, these things are getting a little under my
Y'all,
eye
I
here. I
had
don't know. Maybe I didn't put them.
these stickers had inner corner ones too that were so cute, and I had to figure out the hard way that my bug eyes were too big for them.
Just for even like a little corner?
Yeah, even if I like pushed it in the whole way, it didn't
Mhm.
fit because my eyes are big.
Oh, okay.
So, struggle.
But the wings look great.
Thanks. They feel
It
odd,
looks
but
Yeah, they do feel it does feel weird, especially under your
yeah,
eyes. It feels so weird. I'm gonna be playing with this
I
all day.
know.
But they did say that it's reusable.
Oh, okay. Well, I shouldn't have thrown out the little thing then.
Just so you guys know where we got if everybody's asking where we got all this, I got mine. This was a set, the horns and the bejeweled, bedazzledness here on my face from Amazon.
Love
So,
the Zon.
Paige, is that where you got your stuff from?
Yeah.
Okay. So just so you know, you don't need a lot, just a little bit. You can zhuzh yourself up. All right. Well, we have an episode for you guys this week. We asked for your anonymous questions on Not Gonna Lie NGL. And boy, did y'all come through and guess what? Y'all came in with exactly 21 questions. Like the 50
I love
Cent
that.
song. I got 21 questions and they're all about us. Anyway, but before we get started, let's go ahead and do our sponsor. And you already know who it's going to be. It's Beyond Bars Imaging. Hey guys, Paige did. Can I tell them about your picture that you showed me yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. So Paige made a beautiful picture of her and Joe. She showed it to me yesterday. And it was them in a park. And they were like, like it looked like real. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, you guys are in a park together. It looks so cute. Like, just like holding, like, he's holding her from like behind, and it was just so sweet. So listen, Paige, I know some of y'all are like, oh, I like the AI, but it doesn't look like me when I do it. Well, let me tell you, Paige has the software. She is a literal genius when it comes to making your pictures look real, look like you, and just look freaking amazing. So reach out to Beyond Bars Imaging on Instagram and Facebook for all of your holiday pictures, because the holidays are approaching. I still can't believe that we're in almost to the mid to end of October, and it's 20. I feel like 2025 just went like that. So before you know it, the holidays are going to be here, and you're going to want those pictures with the matching PJs, or the pumpkin patch pictures, or the Thanksgiving style pictures, the fall and the leaves pictures. All of those can be done by Paige, whether you have a picture together or not. So please slide on into her DMs at Beyond Bars Imaging. All right, Paige, are we ready to get this Halloween party started?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
What up with that? What up with that?
All right, guys. Well, it's time for What Up With That legislation. Paige, do you have anything?
I do. I was actually sent this by our friend Michelle, who lives in Montana. Montana Department of Corrections, Montana State Prison water system crisis right now. And it's not big news, but it is a pretty crazy story. The prison's entire water system is failing. It's forcing large portions of the facility to operate without reliable water. And as everyone knows, water is an essential. We need water.
Yeah.
Incarcerated people are being given few as 7 bottled waters a day for all needs: drinking, hygiene, and hand washing. Yep.
Wow.
Yep, and that's while the repairs are happening. That's their solution. That's how they say this is good then. The infrastructure is described as quote unquote over 50 years old, and the repair project is expected to take 60 to 90 days, funded via a $20 million appropriation from the state. According to the official update, this is a little city. This is a town that is no longer has water, quote unquote. Obviously, the story raises major concerns and questions. What does it mean when a prison cannot rely on basic water supply or other, utilities? And what are the rights of the incarcerated people to have a safe and sanitary living facility?
Mm-hmm.
And, why is aging infrastructure not put into consideration of things until it ages?
Yeah, and then you have a major crisis.
Yes, it's like
why are we not actively, constantly repairing or fixing or working on things? Why isn't it until a water main breaks or something crazy happens that finally something must be done?
7 water bottles for all of those things. That's crazy. What are they? It's
And
hot.
it's like the little
Yeah.
16.9 bottle, like what we would think of as like a bottle of water, like a small. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's terrible. It's sad, and it's really not. When she sent it to me, that was the first time I even heard about it. So
Yeah. And I'm assuming this is for all of them or just one prison?
I believe it's the Montana State Prison.
Okay. I was just thinking, gosh, if this was the women's prison, I don't.
It's a This facility
That would
holds
be even worse.
1,600 men. So
Wow.
it's a
Okay.
large facility.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. That's a lot of bottles of water. It needs to be more, but still. Just thinking, I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this. Like they could disperse some of these people into other areas, other facilities.
There's more
if they
water
need to.
that they can bring in.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
And that too. That's an easy remedy right
hello.
there. Yeah. All right. Well, I have a very interesting story from the Miami Herald. This gentleman was wrongfully imprisoned. His name was, I'm going to do my best. So listen, his name is very long. Subramanyam or Subu Vadam. He was wrongfully imprisoned, get this, for 43 years. He was ruled to be let free. And moments after he was released, ICE took him and detained him. They were waiting for him at the
This was in
courthouse.
Miami.
After, I'm assuming this was in Florida because he was at the Center County Courthouse for his post-conviction relief act hearing. Like he was going through all year he's been going through the process of getting his case overturned or getting, to be told that he's innocent. He finally got his innocence only to be escorted out or walking out of the courthouse as a free man to have ICE waiting for him to detain him and incarcerate him once again.
I've heard of multiple stories like this. Like I heard of one in Pennsylvania even.
Yeah. It's just sad that, after finally gaining freedom, now he's going right back into a ICE facility, ICE detention center at this point.
I don't even know.
Our world is crazy.
Yeah. I have to do like daily like tests where I like pinch myself because I'm like, is real life happening? Like, is this real? Because it's insane.
Yeah. It's sad to watch people just getting picked up and ripped apart, and now we're going into homes. Now we're shooting dogs. Looking for people that are the wrong people or mistaking people, and it's sad when we live in a world where someone has to tell me you should have your passport on you at all times, because if you're caught speaking Spanish or another language, someone can come snatch you up. Sorry. Listen, this is my platform. I'm going to use my voice, but the world we're living in, listen, I'm all about if you want to go after hardened criminals, people that break the law, like violently break the law. I'm not talking about civil law. I'm talking about violent law. If you want to break laws and be violent, then, I understand detaining those people and deporting those people, but zip tying children that are naked and they're from ripping them out of their home and zip tying them, taking a 15-year-old boy who is an American citizen that has a disability and locking him up, and his mom is freaking out trying to figure out where he is. All the time he's been detained by ICE. So I know I'm going to get hate for it, but look, I got my freaking horns on. I really don't. I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to bluntly say it like this because I'm tired. I'm using my voice. I don't give a fuck what you think. That is what I'm saying. I care. I'm a humanist. I care about people. And I'm going to say it. The world we live in is very scary and very crazy. Sorry for going on a rant, but I had to say it. I feel like just seeing what's been going on lately, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And the boundaries are being violated so much.
I mean, our president posted an AI video on Truth Social last night, you guys, of the No Kings protest, which, by the way, was one of the biggest protests in our country ever. Also, one of the most peaceful ever. No arrests. Yes. No arrests. All peaceful. He posted an AI video created of him getting on a private jet that said King Trump and dumping
with a crown on,
dumping shit on all of the protesters. They even used like Harry Sisson as which I hope he sues. Please do it, buddy. Please do it. Because what is this? And how did a president post this? Because God damn it, imagine if Biden or Obama, I'm
Obama
sorry, it's not appropriate for anyone. And the fact that there are people that are saying oh, this is funny. What are you talking about? These are people that are peacefully protesting, and our president is posting AI footage of him dumping human shit on them.
Shitting on Americans, basically.
This is our president.
So diplomatic of him. I hear you, Paige.
I have another ICE story before we take it off of ICE.
Okay. Okay.
Extreme heat risk for detainees in the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement facilities, obviously the ICE facilities. A recent investigation by the Washington Post found that detainees in ICE facilities face far greater risks from extreme heat than most prisoners in our country. ICE facilities average 29 dangerous heat days per year, which is about 18 days less than all other prisons. The worst 10% experience 93% dangerous heat days. The problems include, of course, the lack of AC, the design and materials that are used to amplify the heat in these facilities, the
Wow.
concrete, the steel. It's
Hmm.
made to be hotter. And overcrowding, of course. Some detainees reported, quote unquote, suffocating heat, water shortages, and being forced outdoors during high temperatures. We can't ignore, y'all, that climate change is real and climate change is happening, whether anyone wants to, point it out or not. And, these aging infrastructures are combining an unseen vulnerability for these detention facilities. And
Hmm.
it's disgusting. It's a huge human rights issue, and it's going to be a hidden cost of neglection when you're going to have all these issues. I know some people are going to be like, who cares? But these are people, and these are people's lives,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't. It goes even back to the Montana thing. Like, why are people that are being kept incarcerated just so much lower on the human rights scale, and why is that just accepted in general by
It's
people?
like it's
Yeah,
okay, like they deserve it or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
So that's it with my rant with ICE. But I obviously, I mean, you'd have to be blind to think that, blind and deaf to think that it's not an issue in our country right now.
Yeah. I agree. I have one. I just wanted to share this. It's kind of a legislation, but not really. I mean, it's Vera, the Vera Institute, which is obviously a very well-known criminal justice group, nonprofit. They put out a story on October 14th about the the what was it when the corrections officers had their strike, I guess, in New York State back in February. They put out a really good article about how that harmed the prison family visitation. And they put out a really good article about the harms of that, like what happens when things keep people from visiting. And it says for people in prisons, family visits offer a way to help sustain hope. But for almost 7 months this year, New York State docs deeply limited them. And it was obviously due the FRP, the Family Reunion Program, also known as what in New York calls trailer visits. These are like what most people in CDCR or in Washington get called family visits. And basically during this time where it was disrupted for about 7 months, now they're starting to see the ramifications of what happens when these families can't visit. Because if you think about it, a lot of the prisons were shut down, a lot of the guys were locked down. That includes just regular visitation, not to mention the first thing they're going to cut is the family visits, then they cut regular visitation. So it talks about the damages to the family unit when things like this happen. And it's like we have no control as family, as family and loved ones, we have no control over this, but it does do a lot of damage. And having it shut down for over half of a year, really people are starting to see the problems that can come from taking away these opportunities for families to connect, families to be a family, and for the incarcerated person to be treated like a human being. When I'm thinking like Mike gets to be treated like a human being for 2 days out of a month when I go to visit him. Every other time after that, he is just an to them. They say this still in Louisiana. They say inmate, so he's just still an inmate. So if you're interested in reading that article, I will have it for you. I have the link. But it is just very interesting how they kind of break down the terrible things that happen because of the cut to visitation, especially that time where families get to be a family, that family visitation
When were
time.
there cuts?
It started in February.
Why?
So it was from February,
Why?
huh? From the strikes,
Okay,
the
got it.
correction officer strikes. Yeah. And that's all I have for what up with that page. I don't know if you have anything
Done.
else. Okay. All right, guys. Well, before we get into our main card, do you have new angelic nails? I see some new
I
claws
have
there.
nails, but they're not like anything crazy. They're just a little
Oh,
Frenchy.
they're that chrome French. I
I
love
do
that
love
though.
that.
And that actually goes very well with your
Angel,
costume. Yeah.
we love.
She's just so delicate and angelic. All right, are we ready to get into our main
We
part?
are.
Because I don't want to waste any more time because we got a lot of questions to answer. So here we go.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Freddie.
an inmate at Florida Correctional Institution.
I hope they changed that, by the way, because it does say inmate. So they changed it in Louisiana to incarcerated individual, but hopefully they changed it. But maybe that's an old version. All right. So, guys, this is what we did all week. We have been nagging you guys for anonymous questions because we wanted to have a kind of a spooky, kind of mysterious set of questions from random people, not knowing who, having that anonymity. And I can never say this word. Anonymity. Anonymity. I feel like I'm Nemo. And giving you that way to ask us anything. And a lot of you asked some very personal, very, very spicy topic type questions. So I'm ready to get it. We got a whole gamut of questions. So I'm ready to get into it. So this is your 21 questions. Paige, are you
Yep.
ready? All right. All right.
All right, the first one. What is the sexiest thing your partner has ever said to you?
I mean, I don't want to say it because well,
Mine wouldn't be
it's
appropriate. Mine
sexy.
wouldn't be appropriate for the
Mine's not
pod.
appropriate, but um, mine's definitely not
Just
appropriate
know
because
that he said
it's
it to me when we were getting down and dirty, and he's looking me in the eyes saying it, and it's spicy.
oh, you go ahead. You
Oh,
go ahead.
I'm
You
not gonna
got
say
yours.
it.
Oh, well, mine was obviously during our date night time. And it's pretty much right before you get to climax.
I'm a weirdo when it comes to some of that stuff. The people on the Patreon know, so it's like,
Yeah. That's something I could say on
yeah.
Patreon, but it's but Michael says a lot of things that are sexy. He always talks about my ass. So, I mean, if we want to go maybe a little bit more PG-13, he's like, "Ooh, that walk, girl," or, "I love the way your hips sway," or, stuff like that. I think that, but the
I was gonna say
sexiest is
mine
when
is
we're
a little crazy. We can't even. I can't even give you a little.
I wish I wish I could I wish I could you have to tell me
I
after.
will.
All right. Next question is here we go. What is a phrase from your partner that instantly raises your blood pressure?
My initial is when he tries to counsel me rather than be my hubby. So, and it's not that comes from a bad place. It's just him trying to help and solve it's like similar to like when I talk to my mom about situations, like she tries to fix it
Hmm.
rather than, sitting in the moment with me and being there with me. So he sometimes will jump to Counselor Joe and I'm like, "Hey, what?"
Yeah. I need husband here,
Yes.
not counselor
I'm
Joe.
not here for the counselor.
Mine's kind of similar because Michael's very positive. And when I'm like, if I want to vent or complain about something or just have a moment where I just get it off my chest, he always says, well, and I know this is the way he thinks about things because he has to, because he's in there, obviously. Well, it could be worse, booby. Take your positivity and shove it up your ass.
It
That's what I
could
say.
be
I was like,
worse.
positive Pete needs to leave the building right now.
It could be worse. That's hilarious. Like, I mean, for sure. Like,
I mean, he's not
yeah,
wrong. He's not wrong. It's not what I want to hear in that moment.
yeah.
Like, you know?
Oh my god. Okay, I actually don't know who two of these people are.
Okay, I'm gonna have to actually look them
Okay,
up.
so fuck, marry, kill, y'all. Tom Cruise, Tom Hiddleston. I don't know who that is, and Tom Welling. I do not know who that is.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Tom Hiddleston. You look up Tom Welling.
Okay, I'm like, I feel like an old person. I'm like, who's that?
Oh, all right. This is Tom Hiddleston. Oh, where'd he go? And I lost him. Hold on. Here we go. This is Tom Hiddleston. I think he's like what's that guy? Marvel. Thor's brother in Thor. He's like the villain.
Oh my god, this guy was this guy on motherfucking.
Oh, he's
I'm
cute.
marrying
Okay, I
him.
know what I'm doing with
We're
him.
marrying him. We're gonna kill
Okay.
Tom Cruise because
Okay.
I know too much about him.
And are you married? Are you fucking? I mean, he might be. Hey,
Yeah, we're
he
going.
might.
Yeah,
He
him and
might.
I. We have a date.
Okay. Okay. One one and done kind of thing.
Yeah, because I'm like,
I think I'm gonna do the same because Tom, is it Wellington? Beef Wellington? What's his name?
yeah, some
Okay. Something like that. He's
Welling. Yeah,
actually really
I'm
hot.
marrying him.
Okay, yeah. Let's marry him because he looks like a nice guy we can
Mm-hmm.
corrupt. All right, yeah. All right. Great question. I love fuck. As so y'all know, if y'all ever want to do fuck Mary kills, I love fuck Mary kills. I really do. All right, the next one. Paige, do you, because I haven't even listened to it. Do you like the new Taylor Swift album? Your thoughts?
I can't lie. I haven't listened to the entire thing, but I've heard a few songs that I like. I will say that I follow a lot of Swifties, and I know that they were not happy or weren't as happy with this album. They were not.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
they were like it's giving like high school. Like they did like
Mhm.
they like usually like look for like, like poetic, like really deep songs with meanings from her, and it was a lot of kind of, I guess they felt like scraping the top of the barrel type. So,
Like she was kind of going backwards and not growing into her music like she was in the last
yeah,
couple
but I
albums
saw
or
I
whatever.
saw someone say that they think that this is like all on purpose, and like the life of a showgirl is supposed to be her putting on this show of what people think she is, and so who
Okay.
knows? There's all those Easter eggs or whatever they call them. I'm not a big Swiftie. I like her. I'm just not a big Swiftie, so I
Hmm.
don't know like the lore.
But what you've heard, you do
Yeah,
like the new album.
excuse me.
Okay.
I like that the one song that's going viral on it. What is it, Ophelia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not listened. I mean, I may have heard some things on TikTok. I didn't even realize it was Taylor Swift singing her new songs. Um,
Stop talking
so
dirty to me.
oh, see, I don't even know that, but I may have heard it. But hey, I'm like the on the TikTok. There's this reel where the girls like everybody's listen. All the Swifties are listening to Taylor Swift album. I'm over here listening to the new Cardi B album,
Ah,
like just thugging out like to the new Cardi B album. So
Joseph.
that's where I'm at.
Joseph is
Yeah.
literally ordering the Cardi B album because of how much he knows I love it and I've listened to it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, bravo for Joseph, because when I send Mike music and I give him suggestions, he never listens, and I get
Aw,
very upset with him. Oh, we've had like I've been like my feelings are hurt because
yeah.
I don't ask for
That's like a
anything,
love
you know?
language
Just
thing for me. Like if I send you songs or I tell you to listen to songs, that means something.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't do it every day, so when I do
Hmm.
it, I expect you to. I'm like, you need to listen.
Yes.
So he apologizes every time, but it happens.
What is your favorite guilty pleasure?
Ooh. Um, Shopping when I don't have money.
Feel that.
Eating sweet treats in copious
Good.
amounts, and Jersey Shore.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
I feel like
Trash TV.
fair. Mine is like pretty similar. Food definitely. Spending money that I shouldn't spend is also another one. Um, is the Mary Jane a guilty pleasure? Because yeah, I love her.
Oh
I
yeah,
need her.
but I'll join that. I'll join you on that bag. I don't feel like that's a
No,
guilty
like it's
pleasure. I
like a
feel like that's just
necessity. I'm like I
it's a necessity, and like people shame it, but I'm like, dude, you drink hard
literally.
liquor or you drink a glass of wine at night. That this is the way. Like I don't like
Yeah.
alcohol like in copious
Mm-hmm.
amounts. I keep saying that, but I enjoy a little gummy at the end of the night to help me relax and go to
Period.
bed. So, you know, I don't feel like you know what? I'm not giving that energy to guilty pleasure. I feel like it's
It's
something that we do
medical.
to decompress. Yeah. It's a self-care.
Literally, it is.
All right. Paige, here we go. Oh, I want to know this one about Paige because I know mine, but I want to know yours. What's your toxic trait as a prison wife?
Mm, I feel like sometimes I get a lot better at this. I think in the beginning I was really bad. I think sometimes I expect Joseph to maybe be available for me more than he is, and like even when he has like a lots of groups and stuff to do, I'm like meh, you know what I mean? Like I want attention. Like even him, he just signed up for something that is every Friday and Saturday evening for 2 hours every evening, and like that was our time, like where we every Saturday and Friday we had that evening where we would like be on the phone and talking to each other, and I was really like it took me a minute because I was like upset and bothered by it because I was like this is our time, but it's like okay, chill out, queen, because like he's doing something that's good for him and his future, and like we can talk anytime, you know what I mean? Just because I'm very much ADHD too, so I get in my routines, and any kind of like messing with my routines will always piss me off or like set me off. So probably that.
Okay. Mine's gonna be I mess sometimes I'm like I like to roast Mike. That's my love language. I've said that. We both kind of roast each other, but sometimes I can obviously take it. Sometimes I do it too much or I might take it too far. And Mike has to kind of not put me be naughty, put me in my place, but just tell me about myself, like okay, like I get it. And so cuz I get him frustrated. So I would say that, and also probably yeah, just running my mouth basically, because my mouth can run for sure
I feel that.
into a dumpster fire.
Uh,
All
do
right.
you
Oh,
do
go
you have
ahead.
any unpopular prison wife opinions?
Oh, unpopular prison life opinions. What would be an example of that? Like,
Um, like there's a lot of maybe like prison wives that don't like to show their man's face. I don't know. Like I'm kind of the
okay.
opinion of like I'm gonna share his face because I want to be able to do those things, but there's a lot of people who won't. A lot of people have had
Mhm.
bad experiences showing their man's face, so maybe that like that. I'm like trying to think.
Okay. Um, I also I don't know. I think okay, I got one. And people are going to stone me for this. So here comes my mouth. If you want earmuffs. I think yes, we are all on the same journey, but I also think that people talking down to women who have to do this for a long time, like we're all the same. It's not. So I don't like saying that. I do think, yes, we're here to support each other. Of course, we're all doing this at this, like in this moment, we're all doing this together. But, you know, I just think, trying to word this the best way I can, at some points, it's not the same. And I need people to understand that. And I think, yes, we're on a journey together. Yes, we can embrace each other and love each other and support each other and lift each other up. But you get your man. You get your man to come home. I don't. So it's not all the same. And I want people to understand
I
that.
have
And that might be an unpopular
I have
opinion.
friends that have men that have out dates of like the next 2 years who will like talk to me about like being stressed out about like the prison communication or something and being like, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here with my husband who has LWAP, you know what I mean? And we're in this, we
Yeah.
don't have an out date and we don't, and I'm just like, yeah, like it's like I feel like we just get to a different place in our head where we like, you know, like we get stressed over those things too, but it's like you have to be able to like weigh what is important for, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't know. It is
Yeah.
frustrating.
And yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that would be my unpopular one because I get it. Like, you're stressed out about a little thing, but like, this is my life. Like, this is the rest of my life. Like, I have to learn to accept the things I can't change here, you know?
Hmm.
So, I get it. All right, here we oh. All right, here we go. This question. Whew. What's a petty thought you've had about another prison wife that you never want to admit?
Hmm.
And obviously, we won't say
Yeah.
names, or anything, but
I feel like I had to get over this like personal hurdle within myself where like I was like holding everyone else to the same standards I did and I very quickly had to realize that you know not everyone is going to be the same way that I am.
mhm.
But I don't know. I think sometimes it's hard to advocate and be out here with prison wives who sometimes um, it just seems like they're putting everything out there for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? So I feel like that would be
Mhm.
like just like kind of like check yourself. Like, why are you advocating? Why are you pushing this message? Why are you, you know what I mean? Like asking yourself those questions, being like, am I doing this for the right reasons or am I doing this because I have some other like hidden agenda?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like you're putting
Um,
your husband or your significant other or your family members life and situation at risk every time you do those things. And that's something even I have to think about when I do things with Joseph, because no matter what, if he ever does, you know, see a board or something, like there's no way that things wouldn't be brought up. Like even the fact that we have a podcast or we have like, you know, so I never want to have it come across as if we are a certain way when we aren't.
yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's an important thing to mention that, you know, when your loved one is either maybe even going through the trial or, you know, going through appeals or going through any type of legal process, the stuff or, you know, parole eligibility, all those things. It's very, you have to be very careful what you put out there because what you do put out there can be used against you or
It
your loved
will.
one. Yeah. And listen, those DAs will use anything that they can get their hands
Mhm.
on. So, yeah. Um, a petty thought. I've had a lot. I'm just trying to think of one because I mean I can be very petty. I also I'm gonna agree with you, Paige. I think you know seeing people put information about their loved one, and I'm like, oh, you're that girl. Like that's your MO.
Mhm.
Got it. You know, like you're not here to support other women. You're not here to lift anybody else up. You're just here to promote yourself basically and be, you know, that girl. You know, you're not really, you know, you're that kind of prison wife, basically. That's the
And
petty thoughts that I've
what
had.
sucks is that there's a genre of women like that. It's like there's not just one person that we're talking about. There's like a lot of women that
No,
do
they're
that.
all over
Yeah,
TikTok.
like
They're all
yeah,
over
anyway, open
TikTok.
TikTok. That's really going to be the grounds
Yeah.
where it is for sure.
Yeah.
Um Gigi, has another prison wife ever been mean to you?
When haven't they? I mean, I've been doing this for 9 years. I've had plenty of mean girls thrown my way. And yeah, throughout this whole 9 years, absolutely. I have a whole
Yeah.
list. So yeah. I mean, listen, there are mean people outside of the prison life world, and there are mean girls in the prison life
Mhm.
world. I don't like it. I don't like being a mean girl. I can be petty, sure, but I'm not a vindictive or vengeful person to go after somebody or to call somebody out. I mean, you know, I'll state my truth. This happened to me and this is how I feel about it, but I'm not sitting here like I never call anybody out. So, there are women that do that. There's women recently that have done that to me. So, you know, it is what it is. People are going to be assholes. They're going to be assholes everywhere in this world, unfortunately. I wish the world was sunshine and rainbows, but it's not. So, yeah. What about you, Paige? Has another prison wife been mean to you? I've been so mean to Paige.
Yeah, it's you. No.
It's me.
I have had prison wives be mean to me. Of course. I feel like that's like just like a natural thing that happens, especially like you know, people that just want to like pass judgment. So I don't know. If anything, it's kind of just helped me grow thicker skin.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when, you know, I don't know if you've ever been told, like, you know, by other prison wives, like, why are you with somebody with LWOP or why are you with somebody with a death sentence? Like, you know, like somehow, you know, their love is justified, but mine
Mhm.
isn't, you know, that kind of thing
Mhm.
too. Yeah. All right. This question says, I have a situation. Oh, okay, we're coming back to this one. I've noticed a group of girls in the prison wife community who give off mean girl and fake vibes. Well, that kind of goes with what we just said. I mean, like I said, there are people that are in this because they have their person and they love their person and they want to support their person. But there are people in this who are just like during COVID when people just said, "Oh, I'm going to write to a prisoner for fun," like, you know, and just drop them at like just see what it's like and then leave and just ghost
Mhm.
them. Like, you know, you don't realize what like there. I was telling somebody today, like there are good people in prison, there are bad people in prison. And when you reach out to the good people and you ghost them, like that hurts. I mean, Michael, it's been done to Michael. I'm sure. I don't know if Joe's had that experience, but you know, people get interested and they talk like they want to be their friend, and then all of a sudden they never hear from them again. Like that's a normal thing. So there are people that are in this for the fake vibes, for the I just want to get attention, or you know, I just want to talk about my experience with somebody in prison, and then I don't really care about them or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah.
How
And there's also you know, a lot of people where this question said about the mean girls and the fake vibes, like a lot of them just really want to know things about your relationship or your husband, or they're nosy about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you just put a little bit out about your relationship, there'll be people that are just like crazy and want to know everything. Like, we've talked about it on the pod before, like how on my Instagram, like when the one time when I shared an old picture of Joseph and I flipped it, and the girl went and Google image searched it and then admitted to me that she did because she wanted to find out more things about Joe. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? It's just like those are
yeah.
things you have to like kind of expect almost in this world.
Yeah. And I was going to say, like, there are women that are just, you know, out here for, like, to fuck with you. I mean, I know myself, I know other people recently, they get these messages from random people like, oh my, I'm talking to your man. And then they send them like a really random screenshot of a email or something. And, just to cause
Mm-hmm.
drama. Like they have no they've never talked to Mike, they've never talked to this girl's man ever, but they're just doing it to stir up
Mm-hmm.
shit, basically.
Um, what is the best and worst thing about the prison wife community, specifically, in your opinion?
The best thing, I will say this, I've met some really amazing, beautiful, inside and out, independent, fucking kick ass women. Like, I have met some of the strongest women I have ever met in my entire life in the prison wife community. There's a sisterhood that is beautiful here. That there's the connections and I can't say the word, relatableness between each other's stories, sharing stories. That's the good. The obviously the worst thing is the mean girl bullying antics, putting other people down, talking down to people. Because women, as strong and as beautiful and as independent as we are, we can be very ugly to one another. So to me, that would be the best and the worst.
I would agree with probably that, just because, the people that I've met and the friendships that I've been able to create with some of these women are like lifelong friendships. Like even ones that like, God God, I hope we don't ever like break up with our men, but like women that like if they left their man or like Joe and I ever had a breakup, like I would still be friends with these women because it's like a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
relationships, and you got to look at it like that. Like when they uh, leave their significant other, they kind of want to detach from all things prison, and you kind of can't blame them for it. Like we've had a lot of women who have listened to our podcast and gotten really into it, and then while listening to the podcast, them and their significant other broke up, and they're like, I don't know what to do. I want to keep listening to the podcast, but every time I do, it reminds me of my loved one. So
Yeah.
it's like a give and a take. But I would say that probably the same too that you said, and the negative just being like kind of meeting a different genre of people that are um like evil spirited in a more disguised way is kind of unfortunate, would probably be my negative.
Like lurking behind, like
Yeah, like
lurking in
I'm not
the
used to people
shadows.
being so like putting on a fake facade so long and so hard to just to like be something else. Like I feel like I haven't experienced that a lot, but in the prison wife world I actually have. So
Okay. Dang. All right. Question 12. How do you feel about individuals who have articles posted about their relationship and not about giving their man a second chance?
you want me to answer first?
Sure.
Um, I feel like this goes back. This is going to be my personal opinion, y'all, just for the record. I feel like this goes back to the question that I answered earlier about just being cognizant of everything that you put out into social media and knowing that it can and will be brought up if your significant other ever has like a hearing. So like that's why I think you always got to be careful of the narrative of things because everything that we do can and will be twisted. So like especially like anytime like Gigi or I talk to like media companies that want to talk to us, if they even like kind of hint at anything that's like they want to exploit our relationships or our loved ones, we're like done, because I don't
Mm-hmm.
ever want that to be used on Joseph or Michael when they go to court and be like, oh, it looks like you guys really wanted to like, sell your story to make a buck or anything. You know what I mean? Like, because those things are used and those things are weighed against you. And it's like, it's not just worrying about public opinion and, the hate from other people. But like, when I look at it in the long stance. I immediately think of the parole board, and that's where my brain goes. And I'm like, would I want this used and shown in our favor? And that's kind of where I go back to it, and that's even how I handle responding publicly to people, because like there's sometimes where I do have a smart mouth and I want to fucking tell them what I think,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, wait, I'm not just representing me, I'm representing Joseph.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I mean, listen, I made a mistake a few weeks ago. I'll admit it. I own it, and I said something I probably shouldn't have said. And I realized, from that, it was a learning experience for me. And I learned that what we say really does have an impact. And I know that Paige and I have a platform, and so obviously my voice is out here for everybody. And there's times where I'm unapologetically me, and I'll say, "Look, this is how I feel. Like I don't care how you feel, but I'm going to say what I need to say." In fact, I did that in What Up With That. But what we put out there really does have a profound impact on ourselves, the way people see us, and especially like when you said like with clemency and the parole board, I had to be very careful on social media when Michael went up for clemency back in 2023, and I had to be very careful what I put out there because of the fact that the DA was willing to use anything and everything against Michael, and he did,
and they
and he
will,
did.
because it's like all it takes is like a certain, like they'll type in your loved one's name on Google, and if you did do whatever this said, an article or something, it's gonna be there, and they're gonna read it, and they're
Yeah,
gonna, if it's all about, not talking about second chances and talking about like redemption and things, and it's more focused on like, oh, look at us, you know what I mean? It's not going to be looked at well or received well.
yeah, yeah. I
So
agree.
I just, if I was to give a tip to all the prison wives, anyone listening who wants a tip or wants help with that, I would just always try to like look at it like that. Like, will how would this look at the end of the day if it was brought up at my loved one's like clemency hearing or parole board hearing?
Hmm. Yeah, and I I'm going to second everything that Paige said. And I also think, listen, everybody has the right to do what they want to
Hmm.
do and, tell their story the way they want to tell it. I have no qualms about, people wanting to put their story out there. And because storytelling is powerful, I will say that it is a powerful
Sure.
tool. It can also be a detriment, if you don't do it the right way and navigate it correctly and make sure the information that you really want is getting out there. Because, like we talked about with Paige talked about before, there are people and there are media companies that take your information and rebrand it to sell a headline,
And they will.
and then sensationalize it. So you can think that this person, oh, this journalist wants to talk to me. I'm so excited, and I want to share my story. And then they take it, and it turns out to be like this, like true crime kind of like flip to it, where your loved one is now like seemingly a
Or they're
monster.
just trying to
You
make a
know?
spectacle, like a Ripley's Believe It or Not type thing. It's like, what is
Yeah.
this? And I feel like even like, okay, inside tea right now, I literally recorded this like mini life story about myself for this other media company, and it's 20 minutes fucking long. When I've sent it to them, I don't even know how they're gonna squish it, but they're gonna do it because that's what they do. They edit things and squish it together. And I'm nervous. And before I sent that, I sent it to a bunch of people because I was like, I'm scared because obviously they can chop it up and use it. And thankfully it's a company that they have to get my approval before they post it. But there's a lot of companies when you reach out and do things like that they don't need your approval and things before
Yeah.
that. So that's another thing. Like, ask and make sure that that is a thing before you agree.
Yeah, and then also, like if I'm just going to share my piece. I did that scene TV thing, and they did. I was happy with how they did it. Obviously, I was okay with the presentation of it. I thought their interpretation wasn't anything derogatory. It was just me being able to be seen and tell my story. But then there were other companies that came in
Hmm.
after, that wanted me to have a fight with my own mother because she didn't approve of my relationship. Like they wanted me to create all this drama, to tell a story, and that's where I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not interested. Not interested in that. So just be careful, ladies, when you do these
Just don't
things.
let them exploit you, because if anything, that just grinds my gears for all of us. Because I'm just like, ew, get away from that prison life. Even if I don't know them, I'm like,
Yeah.
I like get in mom mode. I'm like, ew,
Yeah. Back up, back up. Leave my girl alone.
literally. Okay, Gigi, I know that you mentioned you aren't legally married and explained why, but I was wondering if you wear a ring to commemorate your love.
Always. I've been wearing this ring since we got engaged in 2018. Mike has a ring as well. This is my engagement and my wedding band. So yeah,
Cute.
commemorate. I wear it to work. I wear it every day.
I wear mine to work too. I remember when I first started wearing it, people asked me questions and I just would like dodge them, and it's just a thing now. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, married. Yeah, committed. I just say I'm committed, you know? Like this is my commitment ring.
Per.
All right. Next question. Is there any chance he will make it home?
Is that just in general for Joseph and Michael?
I think so.
I mean, I gotta be hopeful, y'all, or else I would go crazy. I could. There's no way I could sit here and be like, "There's no chance." My realistic brain knows that is a very possible thing, but I think as long as Joseph does and continues to do everything he can in his power to positively program and complete his schooling, he just finished his associates. He's going for his bachelor's. He's literally in all kinds of, he's working a job. He goes to like fellowship and like all these other things. Like he goes to NA. He does literally anything and everything that he can to put himself in a position so that if he does get the option to like possibly have a second chance, that it's there. So I mean, I'm gonna hope and pray. I can't say that there isn't, because then I wouldn't be me, you know.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think Joe doing all the things he's been doing, I think if he continues on the track that he's on, I think there's got to be a chance for him, for sure. Yeah.
What about Michael?
On the other side of the other side of the coin, I think I would like to believe that there is a chance. However, I've become very, and this may make me a little more jaded, but I am very realistic. I live in one of the worst states in the fucking country when it comes to incarceration. So, you know, a lot of my best hopes is that Mike gets LWOP and he gets off of death row. And once you get LWOP, I mean, in Louisiana, LWOP, life is life. Like, let's be real. Yes, there are people coming home. Yes, there are success stories, but with the current tide of things, I mean, if things change, I hope things change and we go back to where there are more clemencies given, there are more paroles given to people with LWOP. But for right now, I'm gonna be real. I have to be real with myself. Probably not. But we do have some good things in the works legally. It's just very slow. Obviously, I've been here 9 years. Nothing's moved. Nothing's changed. With Michael's case, we do have a few things working in our favor that could get him possibly a chance to do something.
Should I
maybe?
ask my
I
next
don't
question?
know.
That's kind of like the.
Oh, okay. Go
Can
ahead.
Michael apply for clemency again, or is it a one-time thing?
Michael can apply for clemency every 5 years. So he applied in 2023, so he will not be eligible to apply again until 2028. But they also made it more difficult because of what happened in 2023, that I think that you can only apply for clemency now if you have a death warrant. Yeah. Because they didn't like what they did with the mass clemency effort.
I can't.
Yeah. They railroaded that shit big time. So yeah. All right. Paige. Here we go. What has been the biggest change of heart you had? And have you ever started off on one side of an issue and wound up on another?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm just a lot more accepting of humans than I was before this. Not that I wasn't, because like I was anti death penalty. I was anti everything before I started this. So maybe I feel like I'm a lot more understanding of the way that the system works, because like the way that we preach it on here, I think, and why we preach it, or at least me, is because I feel like I didn't understand, you know, coming from a very small city in the middle of Pennsylvania. I was very, privileged, and I grew up a very good life with a good school and parents, and like I did have my own trauma, but not the same trauma that a lot of people grow up and live with that end up in prison. And how
Mhm.
just the factors around you and the people around you, how like you very much, a lot of the times these people don't like, it's inevitable. And I feel like learning about all of that really kind of opened my eyes to help me be a lot more, even less judgmental. And I love that because I love being, like you said, a humanist. I'm just like, I think that all people should be treated as people.
Correct. Yeah. I was going to say something similar. I think it's the change of heart as I look at the justice
Hmm.
system. This has been, I'm the same as Paige. I grew up, with a great, I mean, my parents are amazing individuals. I will never speak ill of my parents ever. They gave me the best childhood. They still support me. My mom listens to the pod. She follows Paige. Like she's involved, she's becoming more and more involved. She's grown so much. And I'm blessed beyond reason, with my parents and the childhood that I did have. But I think because I grew up kind of separated from and not having any knowledge of the justice system, being with Michael has really opened my eyes to not only, the human struggle, the struggle that a lot of humans have that I never realized because I never experienced it
Hmm.
myself. And seeing how the justice system isn't always just, and how corrupt it is, how chaotic it is, and how inhumane it is. So it has made me more of a humanist, and looking at people from all walks of life. I see it as when I teach, but it does really put things like it's helped me become a better
Hmm.
teacher. It's helped me respond to my children who have trauma, who come from homes of trauma better. So it's been a very big eye-opening experience and a growing experience for
Hmm.
me.
I agree. And I feel like one of the cool parts is like, at least for me, like having a little human Brody who I can like teach him those things. Cause it's like, it's not like my mom didn't want to teach me those things. It's like she just didn't really think that it was like we weren't around it or anything. So it's like, I just like to make him aware of like, some people have it like this. Or so he's just like all knowing.
Hmm. Yeah. He's already a little wonderful tiny human, and I just can't wait to see what he can grow up into because the way he thinks about things and the way he sees things as things I wasn't seeing it when I was
Hmm.
his age.
He's
So
very, yeah,
yeah.
for sure. What are your thoughts on Cash App? It's so widely discussed and has such differing views.
I'm assuming, I mean, I use Cash App not all the time. I use Venmo more, but with people out here, I don't know
I think
if
it's prison related.
you for prison wise. Okay. So listen, there's a lot of things that could happen if you're using Cash App to send money
Don't
to
do it,
incarcerated
guys.
people.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It could really be a problem for you. I know it's easy. I know it's, you think you're helping, you're doing something good, or you're helping somebody, you're doing something nice for somebody. I just think that think about this. It's an electronic wiring of money.
Tying
Okay.
your name.
So tied to your name, to your account, to your social security number, to your bank account. So it's very easily traceable. So I would just caution you. I would, if you're going to send money, do it the right way. Do it through I
I
know,
know there's
listen, they
fees. We
make so
know.
much money off
Yes.
of us, like I get it. But I think, if the person that you're sending it to is not out on the outside, I would just warn you to be very, very careful because that could be something like we talked about things that they could use against you.
That
That's something that they can use and will use
and
against you
and
for sure.
will, because especially if they find an account, like it's done, guys. And like even if they were doing everything right, it's such a stupid thing that can be easily avoided and should just be. And just take my word for it, because I've seen a lot of people who still were positively programming and doing things right that got caught up in all of that, and it just is not worth it.
It hurt their
Yep.
chances. Yeah, it hurt their chances for
Hmm.
sure. Not to mention, you could be prosecuted
Yeah,
as well.
and if they're
You
mad
know?
enough, they will.
Yeah. All right. The next one. If your loved one got out tomorrow, what is the first thing you want to do as a couple? Not sex, and it has to be outside the
Not
house.
sex.
Aw, I can't get my back
I'm an
blown out.
angel. I wouldn't even
Dang.
think of that. Okay, like the fact that no,
Can I say
yeah,
mine while you're thinking? Okay. I would take Michael to City Park because there is a beautiful nature trail there. I would love to take him on a walk there. And I would love he really wants to go to the New Orleans Museum of Art. He's a big into art. His favorite artists are some of the impressionists like Gauguin and Van Gogh. So I would love to take him to he's never been to an art museum. I go to Noma, maybe once every other year. And I tell him about it. I take pictures for him. So I would love to just go gallery walking with him and have lunch they have a beautiful cafe and just spend the whole day in City Park and at Noma because Noma's in City Park too. So I would love that. That's what I would do.
I'm gonna go to the beach because that's where my brain always goes with us. So although it's like a 3-hour drive from me, we would do it because it would be easy, and then we would just go hang out at the beach all day and just enjoy each other's presence. And literally, I'd be fine sitting on the beach
Listening.
doing absolutely not shit.
Yeah. Just go frolic in the waves together.
Like literally, him even seeing water would be insane.
Yeah, and if you got to see, I mean, I know he's in California, so even if you got to see some of the things you get to see when you
Hmm.
go visit him, I mean, to be able to experience that would be beautiful.
When he leaves the prison for his doctor's appointments, he literally talks about that stuff all the time. He's like, "It's so pretty out here." I'm like,
Aw. Oh, he gets to see, that's good. He
"Yeah."
gets to see it at least, something
Hmm.
different.
Um, so this person said, "I'm nearly a year into my prison relationship and just getting further away from my family. Have you struggled with family relationships?"
Yeah,
Girl, yeah.
absolutely.
You're talking to
Hell, there are,
the queen.
go ahead.
I'm like, you're talking to the queen.
The queen's here. Yeah, the queen's here. Listen, some of my family still doesn't know about Michael, so I'm almost a decade in and they still don't know about Michael. Obviously, I've talked about this on the pod. My mom, I just said how much she's changed, how much she's grown, and how much she's, come to be more. I wouldn't say she's 100%, but I would say she's 75, 80% there, that she's starting to understand that this isn't just a fad and this isn't just like I'm not doing this because I hate myself or, whatever. She didn't talk to me for 2 to 3 weeks in the beginning. She stole my mail. Mom, I love you. I know you're listening, but I mean, these are facts. She'll tell you. I mean, she'll be straight up with you. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't talk. I didn't talk to her for 2 weeks. And my mom and I talk every day. So it was very strange. My dad, he's never going to really respect it, but he supports me. So yeah, I've never had the thing where family has been like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to, they've never, other than the 2 weeks that my mom and I did not talk, no other family member's been like, you know, cast me off. But also a lot of them still don't know what I do here. So, and that I'm with Michael. So,
My family is not a fan. I mean, they aren't fans, but they're not big haters. So like my mom, it's something that she just won't talk to me about, and that's kind of her way of, in a way, accepting it. I know that sounds weird, but like she knows and doesn't treat me any different of it, and she knows when I go to California what I'm going for, and my brother and my sister-in-law know, but it's something that they just don't talk to me about. If they ever wanted to or they ever brought it up face to face, I would absolutely love to talk with it, but they've never liked people that I've been interested in my whole life. So like, you know, my mom used to think that like I literally like sought out people that would piss her off. Like she genuinely like had that like thought in her head. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, do you hear what you're saying? You know what I mean? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, but I think that she also kind of realizes that I am 32. I have a sound mind. I'm an adult. I am not like, you know, I have my shit together and I wouldn't just be with anyone in prison. So I feel like the best way to kind of you know, I don't even know if I can give advice on this because I haven't really like talked it out with my family yet. I kind of just go about my days. You know, if anyone ever wants to talk to me about it, they can. I feel like it's not something that we should have to feel weird about. And that's kind of where I stand on it. Like, I know I'm not doing anything wrong, but like the way that they act with it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, but you're not. So it's just kind of like validating yourself. And, you know, as long as you know that your situation is good, your loved one is a good person, and they aren't, you know, using you, then you're good.
Yeah. I agree, Paige. And it sounds like y'all kind of have like a don't ask, don't
Yeah.
tell kind of
hmm
policy. Okay.
Which isn't great
Yeah.
by any means, but it works, I guess.
Yeah. But still, I mean, I will say that it was like that for a long time with my parents. The don't ask, don't tell. We don't talk about Michael. I don't bring it up. And they were the ones that brought it up. And we started talking. And, you know, it can happen. I don't want people to. And listen, this didn't happen for 7 years. So, you know, it doesn't just happen overnight. And we have to also be patient with people when we, you know, talk about it because it is a shock for them. And I will say this: my mom, I took my mom to get pedicures yesterday for her birthday. Just so you know, it's my mom's birthday today,
Happy
October 19th.
birthday.
It's also Mike's birthday, October 19th. So they share the same
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
So, but it was so nice that my mom, you know, my mom told me yesterday when we were waiting to get our pedicure that she's like, well, just tell Mike for me. I hope he has a wonderful birthday. I hope he has a happy birthday tomorrow. And I don't think you realize how much that meant. And it doesn't seem like a lot. I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry because I'm going to ruin my bedazzles here. But just how much that meant to me. And I could tell also when I told Mike that how much it meant to him to have my mom say that, you know, how touched he was because, you know, he's a monster. He's the scum of the earth, but you know, she recognized him in that moment, and that was just really sweet and touching. So, love you, Mom. Happy birthday. I'm crying now.
I hope and
Sorry.
pray one day that maybe.
I hope and pray for you and for Joe that one day it can, because it is so wonderful. What a wonderful feeling it is to have, you know. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Got a little emo there. All right. All right. Second to last question. Here we go. What do you do when not being with your man or not being able to experience the things other couples on the outside get makes you mentally and emotionally hurt so much?
I just hyper focus on other things, or I try to like put my mind in other places. Usually when I get upset about other couples and other things, it's usually when my hormones are out of whack, I'll be honest. Cause like I feel like I just will like look around and like look for things to get me upset or something, because that's what it feels like. I don't know. It does mentally and emotionally hurt, and I don't think it's something that ever will not, because it's like you just want to experience all these things with your person. It's like you can't. So it's like I think it's a trying to make the most of the life you have now and not like sulk in the sad moments, and kind of try to like, you know, make the most of the here and now, because like that's the one thing I talked to my therapist about. I so much, especially with Joseph being in prison, I'm always like future focused, and I'm always like, I just want to get there and get to that. And it's like I'm literally wishing away so much of my life to just get to that point. And it's like, okay, chill. And
Yeah.
other people are gonna be in relationships. I'm gonna witness it. That's one thing that you kind of have to accept when you're in a relationship like this.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to watch people, like when you go to concerts and you see couples together and they're dancing and singing together and you just wish that could be you, with your loved one. I think it's also important for you to know that you don't need him to be happy, to be fulfilled, to go out and have fun. And I also just say, sometimes, listen, this life sucks, and this is such a Sex in the City move, but it's always good to have, like, find your soulmate in your friends, the girls around you, because I don't have Mike here, I find my friendships with other women to kind of help relieve that pain and relieve that. If I want to go somewhere with a friend, we make plans and we do it, because I don't get to have that with Michael. I can't go to Walt Disney World, or I can't go to Epcot with Michael. So I make my plans with my girls, my friends, and we'll go on trips and we'll go to concerts and we'll do things together. And that makes that void feel a little bit less, if that makes sense, and takes that pain away.
Definitely. The last question we have is, what are some special ideas I can do for my man with this upcoming holiday season?
Ooh. I love doing, like, well, you can always get a holiday photo from Paige and have her be able to share that with them and let them see. I think it's also cool for them to see themselves outside of, prison garb and bars and concrete, and see them in, like, as a human, and what life would be like if they were out, and how cool that would be, and give them a glimpse of something to hope for. I also think doing some little holiday activities together, like, whether it's, reading holiday stories, or doing, my love's so big, it's reached such and such a place. If you do that for them, I think that's fun, to do for them. Something for Christmas. If you want to think of a Christmas gift to give them, that's something. Or, I don't know, just going to see the lights and including them in it. I think, including them in holiday events is very important for them too. Like, whether if you go see the lights or you do a car ride through the lights, like, have them on a video visit, or if you can send them a videogram, do it, that way. So
I feel
I would just include them in your holiday
I feel
stuff.
like it's fun to also do fun like games and stuff. Like Joseph and I used to send each other crossword puzzles and do different like other like word puzzles and things that we can like send on paper and then like, send back. And like they're goofy things, but they're like fun. And like we don't even do them as much anymore. And I literally was bugging him the other day. I was like, that would be fun. Like, let's do that. And things
Yeah.
like that like you forget that you can do.
Yeah. Make a Christmas wish list together, you know, all that stuff. Okay, so I have a correction to one of the questions. And can I just make it? Because I'm looking at the actual, like, it
Mm-hmm.
was a lot more than what was
Mm-hmm.
typed. So this was the one about the mean girl and fake vibes. I'm just going to read the original
Okay.
NGL card. I have a situation. I've noticed a group of girls in the prison wife community who give off mean girl and fake vibes. However, I feel like not a lot of other people notice. Specifically, two of them give off the vibe that they are better than me because they got legally married and I'm not. That was the OG from the NGL.
Well, I mean,
So
for
it
the
cut off.
record, I don't think I personally I don't think being legally married makes anyone better than anyone. Um we're all in the like you know what I mean? What since when are there like there are spectrums of like certain couples being better than other people? You know what I mean? It's like what the fuck?
Yeah.
First off,
Yeah.
like that doesn't mean your love is more valid than mine. You know what I mean? Just because I
Yeah.
don't have I have a domestic partnership, which is a legal bound relationship, but there's tons of people who talk shit on it and say it's not because we don't have a wedding one, but literally we couldn't get married at the point. So it's like, so now whose scale is it, and why did you like, you know what I mean? Like that is all. There are going to be prison wives like that, and you're going to meet people like that. I've met tons of wives who I didn't even know it was a thing, that people like look down on other women who aren't actually married, but it is. And that is going to be an issue with themselves. It's going to be an inward thing. And then that's when you can just be like, okay, well, do you, babe? You know, that's what I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like something that they're dealing with,
Yeah,
their
like weird.
insecurity is being projected onto you because you're being put down for not being legally married. Listen, I know women that have been doing this for almost 20 years. They are not legally married to their partner, but they show up whenever they can be there, and they're there and they support and they have a whole family together. So, you know, just because someone has a piece of paper doesn't make it better for, you know, like if that's your gauge of commitment, then listen, I know people that have gotten married and then also have gotten divorced. So the paper is null and void at this point. So, you know, it's not about the paper, it's about the commitment, the love, the sacrifice,
How you
the,
show
you
up.
know, giving of each other. Yeah, how you show up. So and there are a lot of women, I'm going to be real. There are a lot of prison wives that say, I do not want to get married in a prison. I'm waiting for him to come home to have a ceremony. So, you know, so are they less committed?
That's why I'm
No,
like, whose scale?
you know?
Like, who is the judge of
Yeah.
this? And like, that's why it's like, that is why it literally goes back to it's an internal.
Yeah. I was like, do we have a prison wife police
Yeah, like,
somewhere? Or what's happening?
Where,
you know?
where's the scale, and what scale are you using?
Yeah. So I just wanted to correct that one because I think it cut off when I typed it from the OG. So, but those are all the 21 questions, y'all.
Yay.
Thank you for helping us get these questions. I love that they were challenging. I love that they were thinkers. I love that they were, you know, spicy. I'm here for it. And I can't thank y'all enough for showing up in NGL and posting these anonymous questions.
We love you.
We love you so much. So thank you for doing that for those of y'all that did ask the questions. So a little bit of news for next week. Sadly, we will not have a pod next week. We're going to take the weekend off. But we want you guys to have a wonderful Halloween weekend. And show us your amazing costumes. We're going to be putting a post together for Halloween in our support group, Love Within Walls. So we want to see you guys dressed up. We'll post our pictures as well. And just so that you have that little update. So no pod next week, guys. We're taking a weekend off.
Okay.
But we'll be there for Patreon for sure.
I hope everyone has a lovely holiday. October. If you celebrate or you don't celebrate, if you dress up, send us photos. I want to see.
Yeah, love to see it. So if we're here at this point of the pod, should we have them do a pumpkin or a ghost for Halloween? So drop a pumpkin and a ghost, a little ghoul. Well, your devil here, thanks you so much. Little Satan here. Thanks you so much for participating in this episode, guys. And we love you. Hope you have a very safe and happy Halloween. And we will see you guys in November.
Bye, friends. Love
Whoop,
you.
whoop. Besitos. Bye, guys.
This is for the ones who love through the distance, for the ones who stay solid while time keeps ticking, for the ones who hold it down but never lose themselves. This is for the prison wives. Still don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change. Still don't break, love don't fold. I hold strong, I don't go, I don't wait, I don't beg. I hold it down and lift my head. They don't see the late nights, letters on the table, fighting through the system, just trying to stay stable. They don't see the countdown feel the time crawl. They just see the sentence, but they don't see the love at all. Yeah, I made the vow and I stand 10 toes. Still got my life, still got my goals. I hold it down cause I choose to stay. This love got walls, but it don't got chains. Don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change. Still don't break, love don't fold. I hold strong, I don't go. I don't wait, I don't beg. I hold it down and lift my head. I'm a prison wife, but I'm still my own. Made my own moves, still stand on my throne. They think I'm just sitting here wasting my days. Nah, baby, I've been building while he counting the days. I ride for my love, I ride for my king, but I ain't no fool, I handle my biz. I ain't weak, I ain't lost, I ain't throwing my worth. I hold it down cause I know what it's worth. Through the letters, through the calls, through the gates, through it all. Love don't break, love don't fade. I'm still here, I'm still brave. Still don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change. Still don't break, love don't fold. I hold strong, I don't go. I don't wait, I don't beg. I hold it down and lift my head.
Don't break, love don't fold. I'm still here, I'm still gold. Through the glass, through the gates, ain't no distance make me change.
Still don't break,